Thanks for joining us in this live talk here. I'm Peter. I'm from Kian. We are a known brand in Malaysia for the last 40 years, and we have been in the furniture line throughout these 40 years, and we have been very famous in the contract market. But a lot of things have happened over the last few years, and we have really changing our organization, and I'm here to share this journey with you. We are very much a project-based company where we are selling into different types of verticals, and our angle is that we are going in with a sustainable approach in our designs. So our brand promise is now better design, better value, and better world. And I'll go a little bit deeper into this in the next few slides. A better world is really one where we are looking at it from the bigger picture, is that we have to leave the world in a better condition than we have today. And we want to take a big part in this journey. So we are, as a whole group, we are very, very focused on improving the way we produce the raw materials that we are working with, and how we step up to the world with more sustainable items. We are starting the journey a few years back, where we are going in and we are working on our plastic chairs. And this we have done in collaboration with a Malaysian entity called House, where they are collecting so many of the plastics that are wasted along the Malaysian beaches. So here we are focused on Malaysia and collecting all the plastic, the bottles, the rubbish that you see at the beaches, and then we convert this into pellets and we turn it into our wonderful chairs. We will show you one design today, but many more designs are coming. So this is where we are looking to have collaboration with more architects, more interior designers who wants to collaborate with us and champion this journey with us, where we can go in and build products and projects together, where we leave it for a better world to come. So we do like the ocean plastic story from Malaysia, because we are really helping in our own little country here. We are represented in many countries. We are now in 20 over countries, but Malaysia is our home, and this has always been our home for the past 40 years almost. So we want to continue to make improvements worldwide, but we start at home. So this is where we have started the collection of all the plastics. Yeah. So we have started with this wonderful model here, which is louver chair, which is designed by quite a famous designer called Danny Funk. And he's also a very driven person who loves the ocean himself. So we started with this in terms of improving, and we are coming up with many more of our polypropylene chairs to be exposed with these new materials that we are working with. House is in Johor. It's a unique setup in Malaysia. They have done an absolutely amazing thing. They have thousands of people collecting, and they have their own facilities to turn all these different types of rubbish and recycle it and turn it into new raw materials. They don't just stop with the plastic. They also work with aluminium, they work with paper, they work with many different materials in terms of recycling. And this is a company we have a very close collaboration with. So sustainability, it starts at home, and we have been working on it for a number of years now. When you see here, we are showing a bench that we custom made for a client in Hong Kong, where we turned pellets into a movable bench like this. So this is just one example of how we work with the design community and the clients together, and we create something wonderful. This was for the Sha Tin Town Hall in Hong Kong. We are also quite big in dealing with a lot of the quick service restaurants and restaurants around the world. And we're seeing a trend, very, very, very strong trend, moving towards sustainability. So we are working with developing a baby chair for McDonald's that is sustainable. We are using our own chairs into their restaurants now, where you see our original design is actually exposed in McDonald's. And we are working on many different materials, tabletops and bases and everything that has to have this sustainability approach moving forward for all these big chains like McDonald's. And now I would like to show you a little video of our journey so far on this particular chair.
Day out at the beach, you admire your surroundings and feel the warm sand below your feet. But as you raise your gaze, you finally see what you failed to look at before. The ocean you so admired, covered in garbage and filth. As you look on in horror, you wonder what can be done. Discussions on circular economy are important in addressing this issue. This is a story about a chair made of ocean plastic from Malaysia's shores.
Olay.
I have an observation that at any time when I'm awake, I would be able to touch plastic. But what about the recycling of plastic? And imagine if you use the raw material from plastic scrap as a raw material, you can have all this possibility.
We have the chance of creating, using this ocean-bound plastic, which is very sustainable in nature, and turning it into a product which we have already been making by not using virgin plastic, but using the idea and the concept of ocean-bound plastic. Why not? Because our Malaysian shores are being polluted by this waste. The louver chair is award design winning chair that was designed by Mr. Danny Fang. The chair has been selected as part of our sustainability initiative, and I think it makes sense, and he himself loves the ocean.
It's very minimalist. It has lots of rounded edges. So being a mother, safety is number one. It has a touch of style. For restaurants, it's simple. And the fact that it's one piece, it's very easy also to recycle it back after. And if it's made from, sustainable raw material, it has an added brownie point.
Plastic circularity, it's possible. Right here where you're sitting on, we can control everything about plastic. And then once you're done, when it's broken, send it back to us. We recycle everything again. We give it a second go. So there are 6 main steps that we need to do. Step number 1 is collection. We need to follow a United Nations protocol on ocean plastic. Step number 2 is separation. The good quality, we then need to separate it out to make into high performance material, high quality material. The bad one, we convert that into diesel. Step number 3, we need to crush the material to smaller sizes. And step number 4, we wash the material to remove any contamination. Step number 5, we mix the material with additive, with colors, with pigment. And then step number 6 is what we call extrusion. We melt it down into almost a spaghetti strand, and then we cut it into little bits.
Heng Hiap Industries and Kian has done together is we actually co-create a product both with the same passion but different specialties. But that's not enough. Co-creating is not enough. We need champions.
So what Heng Hiap Industry has done, we integrate everything together under one roof. We start to develop our own internal standard, and we share that standard as a de facto industrial standard, meaning we share the standard as the playbook. Suddenly, we can convert that mixed plastic scrap to become a very, very good raw material.
The ocean life is consuming this kind of waste, and we are in return consuming ocean life forms as well, and it does affect us in the long run. So it takes every individual to change, to start making a change in mindset. It will be best if one day we cannot find any waste to be collected. That will be a success story.
God has hidden a lot of treasure in nature. It is up to us to manipulate nature to harvest that gift. To sum it up in one word, engineering. So for this louver chair, then it is 100% circularity.
I think our lifestyle is important, how we interact with plastic. As champions, we don't have to think very big or very far ahead. Just to ordinary people down the streets like you and I, we can make a difference in small ways.
We love this journey because it's making an impact, and it's part of our higher purpose in making a difference to the people and to the world around us. It's not something that we want to do, but we need to do. So the idea of circular economy, whether we like it or not, it's going to be here, slowly but surely.
Nearly 400,000 tons of plastic waste in the ocean come from Malaysia. The once thriving sea life has slowly been smothered by plastic waste over the years. If we, as Malaysians, do not act quickly, our plastic waste may soon also begin to smother us. With that said, what other stories about circular economy do you find interesting? Let me know in the comments. See you next time.
I hope you enjoyed the video, but of course our journey doesn't stop here. We are moving in and working on many different types of materials at the moment. We have a whole team devoted to exploring all kinds of materials, but we have started to already use the FSC approved timbers, certified timbers, so that we are ensuring that the replantation is going on in a proper manner around the forest. And we will work with other certified wood types from Malaysia, from Indonesia, etc. But we are getting more and more demanding in our request to have it all to be certified, so that we can ensure that it's proper taken care of for our future generations. So now, how do we hold it all together? We are working in many different areas of business, and we have many verticals, we call them, to deal with, where we have workspace, we have restaurant business, we have hotel business, etc. I'll go deeper into it. But here we are launching our Kia Design Studio, which represents the group of our products that can fit into many different kind of verticals. And one of our brand promises is better designs. And we believe in original designs. We believe in trendy designs. So with us, you will see that we have a mindset of applying these designs so they can fit into one or two or three or four verticals, that we can use these products in multiple spaces. And this is led by our international design team and our director for design, Mr. Enrique Mate, who lives in Valencia in Spain. He has a big team behind him who is supporting us on a daily basis with new designs and the sustainability journey. So it's all incorporated from the beginning of a product now. So this is how our new approach to it is. It has to be original designs. It has to have sustainability impact. So this is the new Kia. So here is a lot of the designers that we work with, where we have from around the world We have from Hans Thuye is from Denmark, Danny Fang is originally from Holland, John Kelly is from America, Sylvia is from Italy. You have Morten, who's from Denmark. You have Jerry, who's from Singapore. You have Stephanie, who is Malaysian, and you have Sakura, who is from Japan. We have more designers coming on board. Every year we add a few designers to our stable of wonderful people to work with. So this is an example of the louver chair, which is for us an old design now, but we're renewing it with the ocean plastic. And he has also designed a gradient series, which is a beautiful outdoor series. Original design by Enrique for outdoor. He also do the indoor and he do the office workspace products for us. So he has many products with us. Hans Thuye, genius Danish designer. He has a lot of designs with us now, where they fit into many different verticals. Here's the tea chair and the La Bufa sofa that we have been working on. We have John Kelly, who has a more industrial approach to the designs he has with us. And we have some huge range from him. Iota is one of them. We have Sylvia Malia, who is now presently working more on our outdoor range, which is leaf, flower, and Vienna, where we are working with mild steels, aluminiums, and wickers, all for outdoor. We have Antonio Eraso, Singapore, and he is designing some wooden chairs and tables for us, some bar stools for us, very much focused on restaurant and residential. We have Jerry Lowe, who has this wonderful album series designed with us, which is again a crossover product that you can use for both projects and homes. So here we are introducing the Kia Design Studio catalog, where you will find a lot of our original designs that we have selected to go into this catalog. So these products are all meant to have a versatility that they can fit into the different verticals that we deal with on a daily basis here in Malaysia. So here are some examples of the seat chair. This is a chair that can fit to a home, to a school, to a restaurant. It can go into workspace. We have different caster systems. So we adapt many different functions for the same designs. So inside Kia, we have been famous for the restaurant industry for many years, but we are actually growing a lot in many different verticals. And one of the ones where we're really moving forward in Malaysia is the workspace vertical. Later, I'll introduce you to one of our partners in this, but right now, workspace is an area for us where we really make a difference because our products are unique. Some of them are not designed for workspace, but they have been adapted to workspace. So we can come up with some very creative solutions for the new way of working. Horeca is the hotels, the restaurants, and the cafes, which is our stronghold where we have been for many years. We continuously develop a lot of new items. Sustainability is becoming a very big portion of this, so we can ensure that we get a better world out of it. Here's some example of Devakan we did in KL, where we have all original items, our original items into it. We also handle big projects. So we have done, the one on the left is a beautiful Ara in Maldives, where we supplied a few thousand pieces of custom-made furniture. So here again, we can take it from the small little pool site, or we can take it up to the big fit out of a hotel or resort in this case here. Hotels, we do quite a fair bit of business now, where we do a lot of the both loose furniture, but we also do joinery works like Jasper Hotel in Australia, that you see at the bottom right here. We fit it out and changed the hotel in a period of 8 weeks in Australia. So these are the solutions that we are coming with. So it's not just about the quality of the furniture, it's also the timing of how we get it done. QSR business, which is quick service restaurants, we do a lot of the worldwide brands, McDonald's, KFC, Carl's Jr. We also do people like Starbucks, Coffee Bean. There's a lot of brands here that is on our radar, and we supply to not just in Malaysia, but this is a worldwide business that we are supporting. So here is some ideas of what products we see as very versatile that can go in. So they can fit into all these verticals that we have discussed just now. So one example here is our OVNI series, where Enrique has designed a beautiful chair that can fit into all the different spaces. So you see it in a home, you can see it in a bar, you can see it in a cafe, you can see it in a workspace setting. So this is a very versatile, it can fit into the hotel room as the guest chair. It has a lot of versatility, this chair. Astros is another wonderful example where we have this light design that can fit into all the different verticals. And here again, some examples of this in a restaurant, it's in a home, it's in a bar. It really is a versatile chair. It comes as armchair, bar stool, and side chair. So again, versatility. So how can we add value to you when you do your projects, when you do your designs? We have original design, we have versatility, we are affordable, and what we can also do is we can help you with 3D models for a lot of our furniture now. You just have to request it within our team and we will organize this. So there are a lot of opportunities working with us. We have our catalogs, we have newsletters, we have photo books, we have videos, we have material swatches, we have the internal product database. So we have all these tools to help move forward with any kind of projects. So here is our Kian Design Studio catalog. So we hope that you will download a copy from our website where you can get ideas of where Kian is heading, and you will see much more to come. We have a lot of specialty catalogs you can request. We have for each vertical special catalogs that go deeper, and we can be very supportive to you with all these catalogs, which can be downloaded from kian.com. Then we have, in Malaysia, we are in a long position. We have a very big warehouse. We need to fill it up. And we have filled it up with a lot of our furniture. So stock is very often available. We also sometimes keep a raw form of stock so we can adapt into your projects quicker. If you want a special color, we can maybe change the color, we can change the fabrics. So we are having both semi-finished goods and fully ready goods to serve you faster. So what do we do? How can we work together? We have, of course, our products that can add the value. We can be very versatile in the way we deal with our products and adapt them to the right color and materials. We provide all the services as global sourcing, global quality control, CAD drawings, and training. We can also be partners. We're looking for agents and distributors. And you can have Kian showrooms via our Kian Design Studio framework. We are looking for that. And you can be a designer. We are always looking for talent, and we hope to find a lot more talent in Malaysia that we can move forward with pride. So join our team. You can go into the Tribe Talents at kian.com. You can also join us as one of our forceful people around. So this is how you can stay connected with us. You can click here and you can get into all the different social media, etc. And you can also click here to download our catalogs. Now, I would like to introduce you guys to our very, very close partner and close friend. Michael is sitting down in Sydney, and he is head of Actio, which is a Spanish company. He's head for their Asian region. And he would like to introduce how we work with Actio. So we have set up a special company called Actio by Kian that is handling this for the workspace. So over to you, Michael. Hope you are well in Sydney.
Thank you, Peter. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us on this live chat, which I'm going to just quickly preview for you in terms of our agile spaces and what that represents in terms of product and product concepts and so forth. But at this point in time, let me give you a little bit of a background in terms of our partnership, where we are in terms of Actio, and of course with our partner Kian. Actio is, of course, an international Spanish commercial furniture manufacturing company. We are recognized for our twin platinum lead as leaders in energy and environmental design and world certification. And of course, we're an award-winning product design company as well. In conjunction and in line, of course, with Kian. Kian is another international commercial furniture manufacturing company recognized for its product design initiatives as presented by Peter. Of course, with a very strong market reach in the areas of hospitality and other exclusive verticals. But in terms of how we've come together, Actio by Kian is a partnership with a combined 86-year history of furniture manufacturing and experience in regional and international markets. Our rich history, of course, is based on forward-thinking attitudes and exclusive values and brand initiatives that correspond to regional markets in both Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. However, in recent times, this partnership has brought the two brands together to form an alliance to service regional markets in Asia upon a set of principles and product concepts for today's demanding and forward-thinking market. And upon this initiative as such, of course, I'm previewing for you our agile space. Just to sort of move forward with that, I'd like to sort of ask the simple question: what is an agile space? Agile spaces are designed for maximum flexibility. They are an environment made up of smaller, flexible workspaces, more office inside your own office, right? Why are agile spaces becoming more popular? I think COVID-19 has accelerated the trend. However, it's always been there. And it's always been underway in terms of its initiative and concept of flexibility. Traditional offices are evolving to become more flexible to meet the changing needs of all employees and workers. And for business owners, an agile space is an opportunity to make more efficient use of existing office space. Critical today because the footprint overall now is shrinking. We've got to create greater flexibility into the space itself. It's actually about designing the style of furniture that conforms to that sort of flexibility. So the benefits associated to an agile space include improved collaboration, high employee retention, better space efficiency, higher employee satisfaction, and of course, increased productivity. In terms of what I'm going to show you next is a couple of combinations of products and product groups individually represented, and then in a format in terms of concept and live floor plan and layouts themselves. With the initial first product is our Caddy. Caddy is simply as an incorporated screen system and so forth on casters with an incorporation of electronics and of course technology associated with that. Obviously easily to move around and so forth. You can see you can use it for acoustic reasons, or of course you can use it to house, in this particular case, particular screens or whiteboards and so forth as well. With regards to this sort of combination and what it looks like in a sort of very natural sort of agile environment as such, you've got the combination of soft seating into areas of obviously polyprop chairs and so forth, divided up by these particular mobile screens as such. You can sort of see most of the products themselves represent what we call flexibility in the workplace. So it's bringing in that sort of casual element to the actual product concept itself. One particular product that's featured in most of our agile spaces, of course, is our Grada. great. It's made up of what we call a training center sort of style of product, when people can sort of sit up on sort of in a sort of step sort of format. It facilitates very well in terms of storage and so forth. As you can see, sort of compartments of the nature just behind the actual product itself. But this particular product is on wheels and extremely mobile and usable in all aspects of training or training areas or conference areas or collaborative areas themselves. In terms of acoustic panels, acoustic is a very important element in terms of agile spaces themselves. They have to subdivide the spaces because you're talking about smaller spaces, but at the same time, you're trying to create that individual activity and interconnectivity within the grandness of the actual space itself. So acoustic is a very, very important component here. As you can see, the sort of background panels associated to our particular facility with regards to acoustic panels. Again, you see another sort of concept and overview, what we mean and what we represent in terms of an agile space. And what does that really mean? Although this is more of an open plan area, you can sort of see the products themselves, or most of the products themselves, are run on a wheel-based scenario. So you can actually have the products moved around into the space to conform and create different working environments to suit. Again, another featured product with regards to our Talent 500, as you can see on the right-hand side, is a Talent 500 table, hydraulic sit-to-stand, stackable folding table. It's one of our flagship products and quite exclusive when it comes to an agile space. A very, very versatile as well, of course, as you can see in the background, as another conforming sort of flagship product with regards to our acoustic Caddy 500 panel system with an actual TV screen on that as well. Moving along now, we can start to see what a typical sort of agile space looks like. Now, the idea behind an agile space is to be able to represent the space in its different individual sort of activity areas, but with the ability to be able to use the same product combinations and reuse that space in different formats. What we've done here at the moment is just to give you an idea in what an area as such, what would look like on a particular day of the week as such. So you can sort of have sort of a little conference area here, or you can have a little bit of a collaborative area here, a little bit of open plan area here, a little bit soft sitting area here, video conferencing, and so forth. But you can actually use the same combination of product and change it up within, say, the following week without having to change up the actual product itself, maintaining the same concept of the product and the ability for the product to be as flexible as possible for the confined space. This is when we talk about maximizing that return on investment in terms of space, which is so lucrative today. Again, this is another example on how we're showcasing the same combinations of product groups that I've just recently presented to you, and you can sort of see them in a different format, sort of in a larger sort of conference area as such over here, a little bit more of a sort of acoustic version of a collaborative area, as you can see from here, the centerpiece of a soft seating area, of course, and then sort of moving into some more individual or part individual sort of workstation areas again. So you can sort of see how we are using the product to its maximum. We're optimizing the use of the product, and more importantly than not, we're optimizing the space. That's the critical factor. But obviously, to optimize the space, you've got to be able to have the versatility, okay, the flexibility, okay, and obviously the practicality of the product design. And I think that we've been able to sort of pinpoint each of these areas quite sort of distinctively in terms of the sort of products that I've just presented to you. In regards to a sort of typical sort of blueprint of a floor plan as such, you can sort of see you've got permanent and flexible areas. So what we call these corner agile spaces, using the same sort of combinations of products, but converting different areas of the actual blueprint into more agile spaces themselves. So to giving it more creativity, giving it more flexibility for diverse activity within the same footprint. This is critically important. This is what agile spaces are all about, bringing versatility into the working space itself. And on those bases, I like to sort of, finish up by saying to excuse me, I wasn't functioning in the actual screen very, very well. But I'd like to finish up with this very, very quick presentation to thank you for listening, of course. And for further information, please visit our online exhibition stand by clicking the app button below and getting onto the Kian website. Thank you again. Bye-bye.